to another episode of Real Estate Live. I'm Kathy Mae Martin, and I'm your host. Today's episode is one that touches almost every family at some point in life. My guests today are experts in estate sales, helping families navigate through what can be a complex and emotional process. If you've ever wondered what something's worth, what to keep or throw away, you're going to want to stay tuned. Check out the screen for our email, our phone number. You can call or touch base with us on Facebook Live, and we're going to answer all your questions live on the air. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm excited to have as my co-host today, Francesca Brist. She's actually our Rookie of the Year, and she had a great year last year. I'm very proud of you, but I'm more proud of you, Francesca, more than the numbers of houses you've sold, but how every customer walked away and felt like family.
They did.
Yeah. So thank you for doing a great job, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have two sons. I resonate here at Rockwood. I'm an active member at New Life Church located in Harriman, Tennessee, and I love helping our community.
Yeah, you do a great job. You want to tell us about one of your listings?
Yes, today we are featuring 815 Nelson Drive, located in the heart of Kingston. If you're looking for a property that is close to I-40 and close to the city park of Kingston, then this is definitely a listing you should look into. Right now we have a this is really awesome because this is all one level, so you don't have to worry about stairs. And also, this is the biggest lot in this little subdivision here, so that's a very, very good quality to have. Oh, our kitchen, it's very open, it's airy. You have a new laundry room that's right off of here. That black wall is actually chalkboard paint, so your kids can come or you can write messages or whatever you want. Very creative. Okay. Oh, this is the new master bath. They had just remodeled this. They have a beautiful soaking tub, a big vanity, nice lights coming in from the window, which I feel like is very important when you're putting on your concealer. Oh, this is the master. We have a master on the main level. Of course, it's all one level, but I love this master because it doesn't have one, it doesn't have two, it has 3 closets. Yes, yes. Yes, a master again, because I just really wanted you guys to see how beautiful this tile work is and how big and spacious this bathroom really is.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, so this home has 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, has a sunroom, it has 2-car garage. What's really cool about this house, it doesn't just have one driveway, it actually has 2. So I know right now we just see the one, but if you see that RV on the side, yes, this actually will have 2 driveways. So maybe you don't want to make the big long walk from the garage, you can park right at the front door there, and it's easily accessible into the front of the house. And that's all for me. I know it's a great listing, so don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to show you myself.
Yeah. If you're interested in selling or buying, call Francesca, or if you want more questions or you want to see this home, her information is there live on the screen. Give her a call. She'll do an amazing job, I promise. I guarantee it. All right. Thank you for tuning back in. I have an honor today to have Bill Anderson and Diane Cox with Legacy Estate Sales, who has been doing estate sales for our office for quite a while now. I've had the pleasure of sending several clients their way, and I'm always glad and never hesitate to give their name out because I know they'll do them a great job. That's a crazy business. How did you guys get in the business?
It was something we always enjoyed going to estate sales and yard sales, and Bill and I's background had so many common denominators in that business, and we just kind of mentioned it to one of your agents, Glenda Johnson, and she said, well, you know what, I have one I think it'd be a great trial. So that was 9 years ago now,
9 years
right?
ago.
So
Wow.
we did that sale and thought, okay, this might be a really good retirement project. Maybe it'll be something to keep us active whenever we retire. And little did we know how few estate sale businesses there are, and what it's something that really helps families through this. So it took off.
Yeah.
And here we are 9 years later.
Yeah, and we're to blame. Coldwell
It's your
Banker,
fault. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
probably Glenda Johnson.
Glenda
isn't it?
Johnson's fault, yeah.
Yeah.
And in true Glenda fashion, it's like, I need to sell done. Oh yeah, I close in 3 days.
Yeah.
And you took up the challenge.
We did.
So good for
And
you, and
yeah.
you're still here today.
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
This
Thank
is
you.
a
Thank
not, if anybody's seen an estate sale, been to an estate sale, or ever had an estate sale, they know it's not an easy job.
Yeah.
It's a complicated process.
It is.
So what's the big misconception that people have sometimes with estate sales?
Well, I think they don't realize that what it is it's that conducting a sale really helps them through a process that they're taking on without realizing that we take care of everything for them. So from the greeting the family, coming up with the best solution for them, all the way through selling everything they have, we take care of it all for them. And also in an estate sale, we're a service. We're not considered resale or retail. That's why you usually don't have sales taxes in estates. And we can sell anything and everything. If it's in that house, we can sell it.
And do you sell some of those items online or have a pre-sale? How does that work?
We do pre-sales. So we're one of the few businesses that do that. We started that back during COVID. That was a way to give people some space where you didn't have a crowded house, and it worked so well. And the bottom line is you need to sell everything, so why not pre-sell it?
Wow.
You get more. You'll take in more money because in a pre-sale there's no negotiation. Whatever price is marked is what we sell it for. And we've had sales that we've sold pretty good percentages
Yeah.
of the inventory.
I would say for a while we were doing about 25% of the inventory was sold in pre-sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear of loss, I call it.
Yeah.
People see something, they want it, and they want to
Yeah.
make sure they don't lose it. I think
Yeah.
we've got a comment. How do you handle situations where family members disagree about items? How does that work?
Well, it's pretty simple. We have a very detailed contract that we sign with whoever is the executor of the will or the owner of the house if we're doing it in a living will situation, and that person is the decision maker. So if there is a disagreement, we go to the person that signed the contract, and we usually like to let, whenever we've met with as many as 8 family members to sign one contract, and we let them know, okay, this person is the person that will be the decision maker in any situation.
Yeah, so they're the
And a lot of times too, we can do a special pre-sale to family members, to those family members who feel like that they didn't get a chance to get the stuff before the thing.
Right.
So we'll do once everything's marked and everything. I mean, they're purchasing it, but it's just for family members and stuff
Yeah,
before the
that's
sale.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Which brings up a good question. When should a family call you? Not waiting 3 days before the house
Right,
sale.
well, the sooner the better. Dates fill up fast. So it's almost better for them to reach out to us before they list the house. So then we can work with the agent and get things done. So I think we have a
Okay,
comment.
yeah, we've got another comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like walking into someone's home after they've passed with a family?
So
I'm sure it's emotional.
that's a really good question, and that's something I think that both Bill and I really are very sympathetic about, and we like to help them realize that this is a way to keep their family legacy without being kind of tacky since we're legacy estate sales. But you know, if you have furnishings and you throw it away, all that history's gone. A lot of our customers, they want to know the history of a piece. So if they see a piece of furniture, they want to know about it. And then that keeps the family heritage going. That keeps their loved ones' thoughts.
Because these new people, they're purchasing, they're going to cherish it. Just, you know, they cherish it just as the previous owner did.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The
Yeah.
sale we just finished this last weekend, this very nice couple purchased a beautiful dining room table that had been in the family for many years. And the wife said, she said, you know, I just can tell this was so loved. I would love to send the family a note. And I said, they would love it. And she brought it to us
Yeah.
and sent them a note to let them know that this means so much to us to have a part of our family, and we'll remember you, you know.
It's certainly an emotional process, and I
Yep.
saw that somebody just put a comment on there that they just recently bought some porch furniture at one of your
Okay.
estate sales, and they
Very
said they
good.
highly recommend
Oh, that's
Legacy
nice.
Estate.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And I think Scott had some pictures of some cars. You sell everything from a teacup to cars, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have sold everything from a human lung to
No.
a train caboose.
A human lung.
Yes.
Okay, I gotta hear more about this, Bill. Tell me about selling a human lung. How does that
It was one of Glenda's properties.
I'm not surprised.
He was
I'm
a,
not
he was a
surprised.
scientist, and up in the attic. I was up in the attic. It was like August, hot up there, pulling boxes out. And I opened up a box and I pulled out this big jar, and I'm like, okay, that's a lung.
It was in formaldehyde.
Yeah.
You know, formaldehyde you
And
can't
then,
even
and
use
then I pulled up
anymore.
another one. I'm like, okay, that's either a kidney or a liver.
Oh, wow.
And but he was a scientist, and they had labels on them. University of Iowa, 1949, and so they were medical specimen. And but you know, we put them in the sale, and a young medical student at UT bought them for his professor.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So we not only had them, we sold them.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
same with the train caboose. We sold the train caboose, the tracks, the crossing, the whole package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it made it in the front page of the newspaper when they moved it.
Well, actually, that's someone down at Uncle Gus's.
Uncle
Down
Gus
at Barbecue,
Mountain Pit
yeah.
Barbecue
Really?
bought it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
down on Highway
Yeah.
58,
Yeah.
River Road.
River
Yeah.
Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll have to look for it next time I'm down there. We purchased a desk from one of their sales. Communication and transaction was effortless.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great comments. I'm not surprised by any of
Well,
those.
Yeah.
I
have to
appreciate
tell
that.
you. Well,
Yep.
Bill, I want to ask this question since you found the lung and a
Okay.
kidney. How do you determine what that's worth?
Well,
I mean, is there a book you can go to, like a blue book for cars?
you know,
Or,
what we do is, of course, you know, you can, you know, Google search stuff, and you know, you can ask for any price on stuff. But what we do is, in our research, we try to find out what it's actually been selling for. And typically, if something is, you know, $100 and it's like in brand new shape, and you know, ready to go, no wear or tear or whatever, we're going to price that around 60% of the value of what it's been selling for.
Okay.
Because we all want a deal, and a lot of people who buy from us also resell, so we have to leave enough room there for them to make some money too, you know. But we do a little research to see what it's selling for, and then come up with a price based on the condition and stuff.
yeah, that makes sense. I've always heard, and I know for a fact that you guys do, my sellers are always pleased and sometimes quite surprised at what you get for items.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so great job. We've got a question. What should people, and they've highlighted, never throw away?
So that's pretty simple. That's one of the first questions we tell families when we meet with them is don't throw anything away. A half bottle used, a dish soap sells. We have customers that buy a used bar of soap. they're going to melt them
Oh,
and make
yes.
soap,
I
you know.
see.
So
Yes.
don't throw anything away, and it will sell.
Wow, I
And
wish
we-
I hadn't have taken my trash out.
Well, several times we've had people say, "Oh, well, I don't want to tell you what I put in the dumpster before we contacted you guys." You know.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Bill's been tempted to go in those dumpsters.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good question. It says, how do you identify potentially rare or specialty items?
So, I mean, it's pretty easy. We've done this so long that when we go through a house, if there's something that obviously looks very valuable or very rare, we're going to do our research. We have
Yeah.
research sites that we look things up with. We try to get the history. You know, we've had things with things that date back to the 1800s, even in this last sale.
in the last
Yeah.
in the later part of 1700s.
Yeah.
Actually, when we did the Parker House here in Kingston, that gentleman
Yeah.
he had a lot of items that went
Yeah.
back into the mid 1700s.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
yeah.
So those are more time consuming because we want to be sure that we have all the right information on those items, and so we do our research and do the pricing like Bill said, you know.
And that's where one of the sites that we promote to sales on is estatesales.net, which is a national site. That's where you reach those buyers who are looking for that very rare collectible or high-end stuff. We've had people come from Minnesota,
Wow.
Texas, Mississippi, Kentucky to buy items that they see on there. So like if you're looking for that Louis the 15, blah, blah, blah. If you put that in their search, it's going to show if we have one in a sale, it's going to pop up if there's one in a
That's
sale in
great.
Kingston,
Yeah.
So
Tennessee.
your tentacles reach far out.
Far
You're
out,
not- You're
yeah.
not just local.
Right.
Which brings up a question. I know you're doing one for us in Crossville. You're working on one for us right now in Crossville. How far do you go out?
Well, we've done one in Wellesley, Massachusetts.
Okay then.
Yeah. We,
Audience, you hear it here.
Well,
can do.
Have a state sale, they will travel.
Yeah.
that was a family related thing.
Yeah.
I had promised, my sister's mother-in-law was in her 90s when we were starting, and she had me promise that we would do her sale, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she had us, so.
But we work generally Knox County, Anderson, Roane, Ray.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We've done a couple in Nashville.
Okay, here's an interesting question. It says, is your audience, and I'm sure they mean the people that are coming to your sales and
Customers.
research, and are they mostly women? Are they business-focused individuals or a certain type of lifestyle?
We
Is
get a
there-
lot of seniors, definitely a mix, a lot of couples.
Oh,
People
okay.
come, we
Yeah, I would say it really touches everybody. Even the younger generation,
Yeah.
they found now that, you're going to find better quality furniture
Yes.
at these types of sales. And even if they want to paint it and change the look of
Yeah.
it, they want the well-built, stuff. And especially mid-century modern is very popular right now.
Very
Yeah.
popular. The younger generation is all about that, what, you said 80s?
well, right now it's jumped a little bit to the 80s and the 90s. So the mid-century modern is probably the 60-year-old, 50 and 60-year-old client. That 20, 30, and 40, they're more after the 80s, 90s, some
Yeah.
of the 70s
Right.
things.
It's like when we have a pickup truck and it's in the 90s or 80s, that's the 57 Chevrolet of our
Oh,
generation.
right.
Yes.
Because they're wanting they remembered their dad had that, their
Yeah.
dad had a 99 Chevrolet truck, and that's what they want to reconnect.
It's a sentimental.
Yeah.
Sentimental
Yeah,
value. Yeah. So, what is one of the big misconceptions in estate sales where people think, wow, this is worth a lot of money. My mother collected this. This is going to be worth a lot of money. What's a big misconception?
That is a big misconception because they have a sentimental connection to these items. So we have to try to find our way in, gentle way to get to them and have them understand that here's the value of these items.
I mean, dolls,
And-
dolls.
Dolls.
Collect, yeah.
It's
Lot of dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
unfortunately,
figurines,
Yeah.
the snow.
the plates.
The plates,
Yes.
all of that, from
That
the
they collected
90s.
for
Yeah.
years.
And they paid a lot of money for them.
Yeah.
And sadly,
They just
the
don't
resale is
resell.
just not there.
And that changes. Though.
Yeah.
In 10
Yeah.
years, that might be
Right.
different.
Well, the ceramic Christmas trees is a good example.
Yeah.
7 years ago, I mean, if we got $10, $15 for one at a sale, we were like, okay. And then all of a sudden they caught on, and we're getting $80 to $100
Yep.
for a ceramic Christmas tree. They're tapering off a little bit right now because they're remaking them.
Walmart's
Oh,
got it.
So they got them for $30. But the people who want an authentic one from the 50s, 60s, they're still buying, at a good price. So.
Oh, we got another comment. What about firearms? Do you sell firearms? Good question.
Yep,
Yes.
we can sell firearms. Anything that is in the home is up for grabs. We can sell
Okay.
anything that's in the homes.
But now
But
on,
now
on firearms, what we do is we have a list of people who have been vetted who purchase firearms on
Okay,
a regular basis.
yes.
And technically we can sell them in a sale, but we've chose to always be selective about who we sell to. If
Yes.
somebody is interested in firearms, they can contact us. We put them on this list, we vet them out, and make sure they go through all the regular procedures they need to do.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I never thought of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah.
Now, sometimes in the sale, if it's a BB gun or a shotgun or something like it, we will sell that actually at the actual sale. But mostly firearms and ammo, we do it in a pre-sale type situation.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but we can sell them for the client.
Uh-huh. We got another question. What trends are you seeing right now that people are rushing by? They're like,
Well-
do you have?
Right, we do have those people, and there's an array of trends, really, depending on like what we were talking about, these generational and in ages. But what do you think is one of the biggest things that we
things
sell
people
right
rush.
away?
I would think firearms would
Is
be
it-
one.
Well, yeah, firearms.
People ask about firearms, coins, and pocket knives.
What about like old games?
Yeah,
they sell-
some of
they
those.
Board
sell well,
games
yeah.
sell very well, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what would be a
Well,
trend.
What
and-
about
course, and-
comic books or anything?
Yeah, I mean, the antique toys still sell very well. And I think there's, again, with the larger vehicles, like that more of the 80s and 90s as far as vehicles are popular. Coins still sell pretty good, but it just kind of, I think, here lately with silver and gold getting expensive, going up, there's a little bit renewed interest even in younger people to buy coins and stuff. So
Oh, look, they just did a sale for me this past weekend, and my sellers think the world of them. And I understand why. Every
Yeah.
seller
Thank
that
you.
I've ever sent your way
Yeah.
just ran
Yeah.
it and praised you.
Yeah.
And you do
Well,
a great
and
job.
it's nice, I can kind of go in and give them an estimate of what I think the value is, and I try to give a conservative estimate, and we usually exceed
We
that
do.
by a good
We do.
amount, and
Yeah.
so they are surprised, and
Yeah, and the sale that they're talking about, we just did in Crossville.
Okay.
And this is a typical setup, is that the people don't live here. So they move their mom to them in Orlando, so none of the family is here. So in those incidents, we really feel like we need to even be more transparent than we are already, just to reassure them, because they're really trusting us with all of their household items. So we're very big on communicating. We let them know when we're there. We let them know when we sell. During the sale every night, we'll call them, hey, here's what we did, here's how it went.
Wow.
And that makes them feel a little more comfortable and involved, because, when you think about it, it is their property. So, and I think that was what was with the folks in Crossville.
Yeah.
Plus, they were so nice. That helps.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And the people you're working with are nice.
Absolutely. Hey, here's a customer for you, just like we were talking about.
Yeah.
One of those items says, let me know if you ever come across a Rain oil lamp.
Train, I think they mean train oil lamps.
Train.
Or
oil-
rain oil lamps.
Rain.
Or train?
Rain oil
Probably
lamp as
train.
well.
Train.
If you get an oil lamp,
Yeah,
let us know.
we'll
We'll reach
have
out to this
train, yeah.
customer
Yeah.
for sure. How do you help families that struggle to let things go? I know it was hard for my family.
Mm-hmm.
How do you kind of have a consultation in the beginning?
Well, we try, and like I was saying, what we do, I think, different is that we are extremely transparent with the family. They can be part of the sale. We don't mind them being there.
Okay.
It's very hard on them to be there. They think that it's going to be good. Now, there is that moment when they're seeing all the old friends and they're reconnecting and all that. But then when they see their favorite piece going out the door,
That's
it
good.
gets very, very hard. But you have to wait till they're ready. There's people that we'll meet with. In fact, we've had a few. We've met with them. They're just not ready.
Yeah.
And we don't push them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have to get to that point where they realize, okay, it's time. We've got to get the house on the market. We got to get things done, and then it goes well. And then
I think back to somebody we met several years ago, and her parent had passed away a year or so earlier, and she basically was going every weekend to her parents' house, and what I call rotating the crops. She would move this pile, her save pile, and her donate pile, and she would, just move things back and forth. And we went in, and she's like, what would you sell this for? And she held up a coffee cup, and I said, it's a 50 cents coffee cup. She goes, oh, I remember my mom drinking out of this. I remember this, and then she says, but she drank out all these. She goes, but I couldn't sell this for 50 cents. And then she handed this cup. She goes, but you can. And she goes, I'm not coming back.
yeah.
I've taken enough, you know. And the people have to get to that point. Everybody grieves differently.
They do. Absolutely.
And like Diane said several times, we either told them to, it's like, we don't think you're ready yet,
No.
or either we, don't push. It's like, well, you contact us if
When
we need
you're
to come
ready.
back out. We'll walk through with you again,
Oh, here's a great question. How long does it take to price an entire household of items? Good question.
Well, it depends on, number one, how much inventory there is in the house. Some people that have every cabinet and every drawer packed full of stuff, God, what do you think? That can take us
Yeah, I mean,
a couple hundred hours,
yeah,
really.
yeah. I mean, on the average, I would say we have 60 to 80 hours.
And that's times two.
That's times
both
two
of
of
us. Yeah.
us, doing, because we literally touch every item in the house. We price every single item, every cup,
I know you do.
everything. So, it's a little time consuming. If there's a lot of clutter, it's going to take us a little bit longer, but clutter is good. Clutter sells.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean,
Kidneys, lungs, old soap.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
yeah.
Girls, I'm not throwing anything else away. It's all yours. So, do you help coordinate when there's things that don't sell? What happens with that?
So yeah, that's definitely part of it. One of the questions on the contract is, at the end of the sale, there's always things left over. Would you like to keep them? Because sometimes if there's a lot of family involved and, cousins weren't able to get something, maybe they'll give them the opportunity. Or would you like us to sell absolutely everything? And if that's the case, we have some people that they'll come out. And Bill's very good at estimating the value of what's left. So if there's a lot of tools and outdoor things, he'll price that at a price. And then the rest of the inside inventory. And we have a list of a few buyers. They're resellers. And at that point, you have to make it reasonable because, 200-300 people have already looked at these items. We've had them at 50% off. And most likely they're resellers. And then we give them 2-3 days to pick up and get those items out of the house, and we're done.
And then the house is ready for the agent to sell.
Yay.
Yeah.
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 We got another comment. Brandy Catron, an agent, says, I agree. I've never had a client complain about Bill and Diane. Love them.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
you,
getting
Brandy.
a lot of great accolades,
Yes.
and I understand why. Like
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
this is one of the hardest jobs in the business, as what you guys do. It's a daunting task, and dealing with all those emotions
That's
from
it,
the
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
why it's so hard, I think, for the family members because they're sentimentally attached to everything, you know.
And we try to give them everything they need, which is very simple. Get the house cleaned up, and we sweep and vacuum the house. We hand them a check and keys back to their house, and they're ready for you guys to take over. And that's that relief that they're looking for. So many of them are so overwhelmed. What do I do? They'll call me. What do I do? What do I need to do before you show up? What do I need to do? You don't need to do anything. Just let us come in and take what you want, or label it if it's big, and let us do our job. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
it.
it's I know when we get those calls as agents, it's always they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They don't know where
They
to
don't know
start.
what to do.
And we always say, I can tell you the first place to start, and that's called Legacy Estate Sales. And we're running out of time, but wow, I really appreciate you guys being here. You do an amazing job. And audience, if you have anybody that is thinking they may need an estate sale, or you're looking to downsize, keep this number and Legacy Estate Sale in mind. They also have a website or social media site,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, we do Facebook and of course we put all of our sales on estatesales.net.
Estatesales.net is the best lead,
Yeah.
and all our information's there as well.
Estatesales.net. Be sure and give these guys, I guarantee you, I'll give you my guarantee that your customers, your family or friend are going to be glad that they called Bill and Diane, because they do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much.
We
And I'd
appreciate
just
you.
like to say, though, really quickly, that we love working with all the agents with Coldwell Banker. They're all so professional and kind
Yeah.
to
Well,
everybody as well.
We need you. You
Yeah.
help us get the houses sold. And
Yep.
so thank you for being here. I also want to thank our producer, Scott Wilk and Wilk Productions, for making this happen, and Francesca Britt for being our co-host tonight. So thank you for being here. We'll see you next Thursday on Real Estate Live.